Hey, I'm Doug. Welcome to Backcountry Pilgrim. This channel is all about hiking, backpacking, and camping. If you are into those things, why don't you subscribe to the channel and then we will get started, because today I want to talk to you about my backpacks. In the world of backpacking, gear is always a major topic for discussion. Some of that gear, because of its relative importance, weight, size, cost, is known as the Big Three. And the Big Three include your backpack, your shelter, and your sleep system. So today I want to talk about my backpacks. Now, why do I have more than one? Well, because different kinds of backpacking require different gear. I typically think of it in three basic categories. First of all, you've got your day hike, when you're going to be out during the day, and hopefully we'll be back before nightfall. In that case, you typically don't need a lot of gear. In fact, a lot of it is probably just there for emergencies. You don't really need a whole lot of food. You're probably not going to be cooking. And you certainly don't need a shelter or sleep system because you're not going to be spending the night outdoors. Now, it's really the other two kinds of backpacking that people typically think about when they hear the word, and this is where you are going to be spending the night outside. And that is where the other two of the Big Three come in. If you're going to be spending the night outdoors, you're going to need something to sleep in, some kind of shelter, something to sleep in or on, namely your sleep system, and you're going to be bringing more food, water, and possibly other gear, necessitating a bigger backpack. Now, the way I break down that kind of backpacking really has to do more with my goal. If my goal on a backpacking trip is to hike somewhere that I just can't get to and get back from in a single day, and that's kind of backpacking for the purpose of hiking. However, sometimes I want to go camping. Now, of course, you can go camping without hiking because you could just drive to your campground, unload, and you just sit outside, and you can bring a lot bigger, heavier, more comfortable gear with you because the car is doing the carrying. However, if you are backpacking to go camping, if you're trying to backpack to a destination and then stay there for a while, you're going to be carrying that stuff on your back. And although you might bring bigger, heavier, more comfort-related gear with you on a trip like that, you're not going to be bringing the kinds of things that you would bring on a car camping trip. And so in those instances, you need a bigger backpack than you do for a hiking-focused backpacking trip. And that is why I have more than one pack. Let's start with the day pack. Right now I use the Osprey Talon 22. This is a 22-liter backpack. It's a day pack. It weighs about 28 ounces, so it's certainly not ultra light, but it's not too bad for a day pack. It's got fairly comfortable suspension in the shoulder straps. You've got load lifters and a slightly padded hip belt with pockets, and the suspension system actually is adjustable, which is also something somewhat unusual in a pack of this size. So it's got a pretty full-featured suspension system for a pack that really is only going to carry enough to get you through probably a single day. I really like this one because of the pocket storage, the organization that it has, the fact that it's got hip belt pockets, and even one included on the strap itself, and it has attachment points for other pockets and things if you need it. Plus it has pockets on the side that are big enough for many standard hydration bottles, and a big mesh pocket on the back for just stuffing rain jackets and things like that. So really, for me, although this does come in a bit heavier than I might like, it is pretty lightweight considering all the features that you get on a pack of this size. Now, if my goal is hiking somewhere and hiking back, but I'm just not going to be able to make it in one day, I switch up to the Mountainsmith Zerk 40. The Zerk 40 is a 40-liter pack, but incredibly, it weighs in at 28 ounces as well. So I am basically doubling my day pack volume with this pack without adding any weight to my carry. Some of the best features on the Zerk 40 are actually the pockets. It's got 2 pockets on each shoulder strap, 2 on either side, and a big one in the back. And you can actually reach 8 of these 9 pockets without taking the pack off, which means if you're trying to move fast, you can keep your water and your snacks and your phone and your camera and any number of things handy on the pack without having to take it off, open it up, and get them out. The Zerk 40 is a roll-top bag with very wide, super comfortable shoulder straps. But you will notice there are no load lifters, and the hip belt is basically just a piece of webbing with a buckle on it. This pack was not meant to carry a ton of stuff. So if I'm backpacking in order to camp somewhere, this is probably not going to be sufficient. However, if I am backpacking to hike somewhere and hike back, and I'm not going to be carrying anything extra, this is a fantastic pack to keep me moving fast. Sometimes, however, the point of backpacking is basically to get outdoors and stay in a certain location for some extended amount of time. Even if it's just kind of a base camp situation where you're going to be leaving each day to go day hiking, if I'm going to be staying in a certain area for a while, and that's the purpose of backpacking, I am probably going to bring some slightly different gear, and for that I bring the Osprey Atmos AG50. The AG50, as the name implies, is a 50-liter pack, so this will carry quite a bit. The lid alone is 10 liters. I mean, this is the size of a small day pack just right here. Once it's off, I've still got a 40-liter pack, but I've got one with a significantly better suspension system than pretty much any other backpack I've ever seen. The AG in AG50 stands for anti-gravity. You've got massively padded shoulder straps. You've got every kind of load lifter, sternum strap, hip belt feature you possibly can get on a backpack to dial it in perfectly for your back. The entire suspension system is adjustable, and the webbing that wraps around you just makes this thing feel so incredibly comfortable, even with a lot of weight in it, that it is, in my estimation, the perfect pack for going multiple days of hiking, or for just going somewhere camping where you want to stay for a while and maybe bring some luxury items. You know, if the goal of backpacking is to be in one place for a long time, I want to be comfortable. I'm probably going to bring a camp chair. I'm probably going to bring a bigger tent than I would if I was just sleeping in it, because I want a little bit of room to move around, maybe get away for a while, keep my stuff without feeling cramped. In other words, if I'm camping, it's the camping that I'm focused on, and so the kind of gear that I'm going to bring is probably going to be bigger and heavier, more cumbersome, and so that is when a pack like this really comes in handy. Now, this pack by itself runs 67 ounces. I mean, we are in the 5-pound range with nothing in it. This is not the kind of pack that you're going to want to be going lots and lots of miles in unless you just really absolutely have to have it. However, if you're going probably a shorter distance and you want to bring a lot of heavy gear so that you can enjoy yourself once you get there, then the added features and this incredible suspension to help you stay comfortable while you're carrying all that extra weight is going to be a pretty good idea. Alright, so that concludes the first of my big 3 gear videos, my backpacks. If you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it, would you mind clicking the like button? I would appreciate it. And let me know in the comments what your system is. What is the backpack part of your big 3? Till next time, I'm Doug. Take it easy.